Welcome back everyone. So in the last video we solved add to promises, and in this video we are going to solve the next question, that is sleep. Okay, so we are given a positive integer millis, write an asynchronous function that sleeps for milliseconds. It can resolve any value. Now note that minor deviation from millis in the actual sleep duration is acceptable. So because we don't know like how JavaScript is executing our function, so that's normal. Okay, any slight deviation from millis. So for example, we are making that function sleep for 100 milliseconds, then it's possible that it might sleep for 110 milliseconds. Okay, so there is millis, that is 100. We have to sleep for 100 milliseconds and then we'll return. So it should return a promise that resolves after 100 milliseconds. Okay, so we'll return a new promise. Since this is an asynchronous function, someone who is calling the sleep for this amount of milliseconds, we will return a promise that will resolve after this time. Okay, so we'll return new promise, and this promise accepts a function, and that function accepts two parameters, that is resolve and reject. Reject we don't need, so we'll use underscore. What we have to do is we have to resolve. When we call this resolve function, this promise is resolved. Okay, so we have to call resolve, but when we have to call this resolve after this millisecond, so we have to set a timeout. So set timeout. Okay, set timeout, and set timeout accepts another function, and that function is resolved after milliseconds. So what we have done, we are returning a new promise. That promise accepts two functions, resolve and reject. If we call the reject, the promise will reject with an exception. If we call resolve, this promise is resolved with a value. Now we have to call this resolve function after this milliseconds. Now for that we have set up a timeout. So after milliseconds, we are telling this timeout that after this milliseconds, call this resolve function. Now let's see the result of this. And our both the test case has been passed. So let me submit this. Okay, so our solution got accepted. Now let me explain you once again. So someone calling this, so for example, let t is date.now, then they are calling sleep for 100 milliseconds. So when someone call this, we have to return a promise. This promise should resolve after these milliseconds. So for that we did set timeout and we passed the milliseconds. And we told this set timeout that after this millisecond, call resolve. And whenever we call resolve, the function will pass the control to then function. So after 100 millisecond, we will call resolve, and after calling resolve, the control will come to the then. And in then, we'll do console log date.now minus this time. So that's what they are printing. That is millisecond is 100, output is 100, expected is 101.